right, good morning, guys. We are on lesson 14. So, decimal representation of rational numbers. So, you're going to notice and wonder with the shaded bars. What do you notice? What do you wonder? Well, make a column, notice, and wonder. All right, write something that you notice, write something that you wonder really quickly. Okay, all right. So, something that I noticed is that a fraction of the bars is shaded. Now, even if you didn't use the word fraction, like a part of it, something like that. Each time they're broken up into equal sizes. Okay. Um, um, the whole could be 1 for each of those. What do we wonder? So what really is the value of the whole? Is it 1? Okay. And what's the value of the highlighted area? And one that I'm sure that you guys, because I know you all, what you're thinking is, why? Because you guys think that every single time. Okay, now let's go to 14.2, having the length. Like you're having it, you don't have to have it, you're having it, cutting it in half. All right, here's the number from 0 to 1. Mark the midpoint between 0 and 1. Well, if I go halfway between 0 and 1, we're right about here, let's say. So what's the decimal representation of that number? Okay, 0.5, because it's halfway between. So it could have been 1/2, but they wanted the decimal. Okay, good. Mark the midpoint between 0 and your newest point. What is the decimal? So between here and here, it's right here. So what's the decimal representation of that number? Well, I would say 1/4 or 0.25. Repeat step 2. How did you find the value of this number? Okay, halfway between. What would that number be? I know it would be 1/8. Okay. And how would I find that number? So I would do 0.25 divided by 2 because I went halfway between. So 0.125. Keep dividing by 2. Good. Describe how the value of the midpoints you have added to the number line keep changing as you find more. How do the decimal representations change? I would say they keep getting smaller. Because obviously they are getting smaller every single time you do that. And if you also notice, something that you might notice, this didn't have a digit here in the hundredths column. Now it does. Now this one has a digit in the thousandths column. So they keep getting smaller. number of digits increases. Okay. All right. Awesome. Let's go to 14.3, recalculating rational numbers. Okay. So it says rational numbers are fractions and their opposites. So fractions and their opposites, that's rational. Now, that means it can also be a decimal. All of these numbers are rational numbers. Show that they are rational by writing them as, so decimals are rational as long as they are terminating or repeating. So we're going to write these as fractions. How can we do that? Well, this is in the tenths column. So that means we can write it 2 over 10 because it's in the tenths column. Now we can reduce that by dividing by 2, dividing by 2, 1/5. Good. Okay, awesome. Let's go to B. All right, so the opposite of the square root of 4. Well, first off, the square root of 4 is 2, and then we carry the negative, -2. All right, 0.333. It doesn't have a repeating sign over it. So I would say, now remember how I did the A? I did it over 10. Well, look, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So 333 over 1,000. Good. Okay. Cubed root of 1,000. You can put that in your calculator. So what do we get for the cubed root of 1,000? Should be 10. Then it says -1, so that's our whole number, -1. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, millions. So 1 over, and you're going to put all those zeros. Okay. Now, they have it, so in the book, just so you guys know, they didn't have it with the whole number. So they had it as negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 over. They had it like that. I'm neither here nor there about it. This is what I would put because they already have a whole number there, okay? And the square root of 1/9. Well, the square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 9 is 3. I always look at those as separate square roots, so even though it's in there, I do the square root of 1 over the square root of 9. Okay? All right. All rational numbers have decimal representations too. Find the decimal representation of these. Okay, so I know that you guys are feeling like, oh, I'm going to do this the easy way. Okay, whatever. First, you need to know, remember before last year we did inside out to do the long division for these, okay? So for 3/8, the 3 goes on the inside, the 8 goes on the outside, okay? You should be doing long division for this. So 8 goes into 30 3 times, which is 24. 6, bring down the 0. 8 times 7 is 56. And 40, so 5. Okay, so you get 0.5 375. Okay, now you can do the same thing with this. Inside out. Now, the top number is bigger, so there's going to be a whole number. 5 goes into 7 one time. 5. 2. Bring down the 0. 5 goes into 20 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. And it's 1.4. All right. Now, this is what we just did on the last one. So we have 999 over 1,000. So just make it, it's going to go in the thousands column. It's a decimal, 0.999. That's it. All right, 111 over 2. Inside, out. Okay. 2 goes into 10, 5, or 11, sorry. 10, 1, 0. 2 goes into 10, 5. So it is 55. It should be, what did I do? Oh, I didn't bring down an 11, sorry. 11. Now that's a 1. Bring down a 0. There we go. And then this goes in 5 times, 10, 0. 55.5. Awesome. And the last one, well, I think, unless we turn the page and there's more. So first off, cubed root, remember before I told you cubed root of 1, cubed root of 8. So what is 1 as cubed root of 1? It's 1. What is the cubed root of 8? If you need to do it in the calculator, go ahead. I already know it's 2. You should know 1/2 is 0.5. Okay? Now, I know that you're feeling a little lazy right now, but here's long division. Okay? Do it. Use it, okay? At least try it and then check your answer with the calculator, okay? All right. So, zooming in. Zooming in. So, here we go. On the topmost line, label the tick marks. Next, find the place the decimal at 2/11ths. Should be placed on the top number line. So find where it goes. So I counted these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means I'm going to have to go by tenths. So this one is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, so then 2/11ths, where does that go? Well, we should have done the long division. So inside, out, okay. 11 goes into 20 one time. 11 goes into 90 8 times. 9 times. 8 times. 8 times 11, 88. 2, bring down the 0. 20. 11 goes into 20 one time. So that's 11. And you get 90. So 11 goes into 90 8 times. You should notice that this is going to be repeating. So where should that number go? Well, it should go somewhere in here, okay? All right, so now we're going in between 0.1 and 0.2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now this is going to go by hundredths. So it's going to be 0.11, 0.12, 0.13, 0.14, 0.15. I missed a number. 0.10, 11, 0.12, 0.13, 0.14, 0.15, 0.16, Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now on this, where does that number go? Well, it goes here-ish, okay? So now we're going to go even more. We're going to go from here. Repeat the steps. So we're going to go here and here. Oops, that's stupid. There we go. My bad. That line shouldn't exist. That's why I should do my math in pencil. Okay, so 0.18, 0, 0.181, 0.182, okay, so then where does it go? If it's 0.1818, so 0.181, we're going to go down here. Okay, now I want you to try the next one. So you're going to go here and here. So this is going to be 0.1810, 0.1811. You guys go ahead and do it. I'm going to pause the video. You do that. All right, so here's what I had, and I would put this one on right here-ish. Okay. All right. So then it says, what do you think the decimal expansion of 2/11ths is? Well, we know because it started repeating, it's 0.181818, and we could just repeat that forever, so we can put dots, okay? So remember, it repeats forever. Okay, please read your lesson summary and do exit ticket 14 and any redos. Some of you have not been doing your redos. You need to do those because I would like to get your grades all caught up. All right, thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your rainy day. Goodbye.